Did you know 92% of Americans 18 and older listen to the radio? Radio has been bringing communities together since its invention in the 1920s. Whether it's through live events like concerts or the jam session on the drive home, we can all find a way to connect. Radio was important to Kenneth MacDonald Sr. That's why he founded MacDonald Broadcasting in 1962. Passing in 1989, he left it to his kids, Kenneth MacDonald Jr. and Patricia MacDonald Garber. Kenneth MacDonald Sr. and Jr. have both been inducted into the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame. This family-owned broadcasting station has 8 radio stations between the Lansing and Tri-City markets, with 3 AM and 5 FM stations ranging from country to variety hits. There is a song for anyone to tune into.
98 KCQ.
I freaking love Morgan Wallen. I love his music. Hardy and Lainey Wilson and their brand new song, Wait in the Truck. Love that. Haven't had a good story song like that in country music or music per se in a long time. He rented a limousine and put the limousine in front of the Texan restaurant out on Bay Road and told everybody that Garth was there having breakfast. And basically what we did was the limousine parked out front, and we said that Garth would be willing, if you want to stop by, to take a photo with you. And as they get to the limousine, it's a cutout of Garth Brooks in the limousine. And folks fell for it and went for it. So, Country Music Fest, exciting. Those stunts, exciting. And it's just fun to be here, fun to be in radio. And basically what you do is you come in every morning, you play great music, and you have an opportunity to tell folks in the listening audience what's going on in the world. If you look at radio 10, 15 years ago, everybody was live. And now with downsizing of big corporations, you have a lot of folks, a lot of stations, a lot of companies that will have, one person voice track 8 shows in 8 different markets. And voice tracking is just basically plugging in voice tracks over songs into commercial break. We don't do that. We're 24/7 on KCQ and the only radio station in mid-Michigan that can boast that, if you will.
Number one is our local ownership, because that drives everything. It's decisions made by the owner, not just to satisfy shareholders and stock price. The fact that we are a live local station, that there's somebody actually here in the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's pretty unique in the broadcast industry these days. That we can control our own programming from the top down. For anybody that's been here any length of time that still remembers the experience of Country Music Fest, that probably tops the list. For a small ragtag group of people that this company represents to pull together a volunteer force and friends and family and host a concert in downtown Saginaw that drew tens of thousands, some estimates over 100,000 people, was quite a remarkable accomplishment. And so many people in the area have fond memories of being a participant at those concerts and still enjoy the talent that we were able to bring and offer free to the community. And there was a lot of work that went into it, a lot of planning, but it was really pretty rewarding to offer that to the community.
On the way at KCQ.
College I went to had a college radio station, and they said, well, we'll let anybody on the air the first day. And I did one radio show in the middle of the night, and I remember taking my headphones off at the end going, oh, this is what I was meant to do with my life. So I used to work in Nashville, and it was amazing, and our radio station decided to change formats for a weekend because Garth Brooks was coming to do multiple nights at the Bridgestone Arena there. And so we only played Garth Brooks songs for about 72 hours, and we changed the name of the station to Garth FM. And then after that, I got to meet Garth. My favorite part of the job, other than talking on the radio, is that they literally ask me to choose all the songs. I think sometimes people think there must be some big corporation or some deal with record labels. It's just me. I just am the guy who picks the song. So every song you hear, I chose. Last summer, we had an article done about our building, all 3 of the radio stations that are here, from a national trade magazine. And they said that we are amongst the very last companies in America that are live 24/7. We staff the building all day and all night, which is how it was done previously, or for 100 years. And now almost everything is pre-recorded, corporate. The programming is pumped in from somewhere else. The DJs have no idea where they're, broadcasting. They just kind of cut a show in a studio and then they walk out and it's over. We're still live. We're still local. We live in this community and we're here 24 hours a day. I like working here. This is pretty cool.
Would you consider sleeping in another room if you and your spouse got a better night's sleep? How about you, sir?
Probably not, no.
And is that because your wife won't let you, or because
you like to cuddle?
I don't like to cuddle, but I just love my wife and I wouldn't do that.
When I first started here at KCQ, I was not into country music at all. And the first artists that really caught my ear more than anything were Emmylou Harris and Willie Nelson. However, I'm really more of a songwriter, performer kind of listener. I love Keith Urban writes his own songs. I love Miranda Lambert. She writes and performs her own songs. So those two are my favorite right now. I also like Blake Shelton just because he's the nicest guy. I've met him and he is so sweet. And one day a woman came in and she was buying dishes for her cottage up north. And I asked her what she did, and she said her and her husband owned a radio station in town. And I really didn't even know that there was a locally owned radio station in Saginaw. So every time I saw her, I'd ask her more questions. And one day the store went out of business, announced we were going under, and I helped her buy some of her dishes. And she said, "Do you want to work in radio?" And I said, "Yes, I want to be in show business." So that's how it started. She gave me my first try. It was Mrs. MacDonald Senior, the owner's mother, and we hit it off, and I've been here ever since. It was a free concert. We put it on Ojibwe Island. Anybody could just walk on and see some tremendous country talent. I mean, we introduced Saginaw, the Tri-City area in mid-Michigan, to people like Blake Shelton and Jody Messina and Travis Tritt. They were all on that stage, Lone Star. It was always so much fun. It's having fun with people who call in, having fun with listeners that you meet on remotes and getting to know them as people, as friends. I mean, that's just the best part of it all. And it's show business. We were the first country radio station in the mid-Michigan area. We got to go to Nashville for the CMA Awards, and it was always a lot of fun meeting the artists and interviewing them, like Carrie Underwood when she was just starting out, Brad Paisley when he was just starting out, and Taylor Swift when she was 13 and she came with her mom. And I remember after interviewing Taylor Swift when she left, I said to Kramer, who was with me, I said, "That one's gonna be a star."
Our next destination is Timbers Bar and Grill. Located in Saginaw Township on State Street, the building was previously running under a different name and management until the owner, Pete Shaheen, purchased a building in 2000. He opened the locally owned restaurant in 2001 with the mission of honoring Saginaw's history. They serve high-quality food, drinks, and desserts, with the focus of creating just the right environment for the community to gather.
Hi, my name is Peter Shaheen. I'm the owner and partner with George Anderson at Timbers Bar and Grill in Saginaw. When you come into Timbers, you'll find that we're very focused on Saginaw and Saginaw history. When we opened, it was important to us to create a restaurant, a bar and grill that was uniquely Saginaw. So when you come here, you'll see pictures on the walls of the great lumbering history of Saginaw. You'll see the Saginaw bricks that are in our floor, in the entrance, and in our walls. It's really an homage to the great, unique history that Saginaw has. You know, you'll also look around the restaurant, you'll see a lot of great photos of the Saginaw spirit. We want to celebrate what's uniquely Saginaw, and that's what's been important to us. And I think a big part of our success, people feel as though this is their community restaurant. Being a family-owned business, we really value the relationships that we form with our staff members. Our employees aren't just employees, they're members of our family.
My name is George Anderson. I'm the general manager and managing partner of Timbers Bar and Grill. And I've been here over 16 years now. Our mission statement is all about quality food, fun, and a family-filled environment. And we also have what I kind of call is our mantra, our mission mantra, which really goes to our belief system and how we believe in our people, We believe in our food, our fun, and community.
George, what are some of your fondest memories over the almost 20 years at Timbers?
One of the memories that really sticks out is my first phone call when you introduced yourself. Hello, my name is Peter Shaheen, and I'm involved in some properties here in Saginaw, and the initiation of the conversation was very interesting. And since then, I count on Mr. Shaheen as my friend, and his family is my family, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for my friend and family. I feel a close bond to Pete. He's my friend and brother, and I can tell him anything. We've been through a lot together.
Being locally owned, being a locally owned family business, it's really all about the community, the relationships, the regulars that come in and eat with us 2 or 3 times a week, the local businesses that come here to have their holiday parties or business meetings. It's a great opportunity to just make wonderful relationships with the people of Saginaw.
To me, the decisions we make, we can make when we want to make them. And they're based on our community and our community involvement and what the community wants. We're not, there's no somebody in Kansas City making decisions of what's good for Saginaw and our community. Me and my partner, we make our decisions. We make our decisions based on how local people feel, without any outside interference. So, making decisions that will benefit our community, and we don't have to. We do it on our own.
We've interviewed a customer on their thoughts of Timbers Bar and Grill.
My name is Shay. I got mild buffalo wings. It's really good. And I love the atmosphere with the exposed brick and the wood and the lights.
And you're always working.
Always working.
But not only that, I mean, it's the input from our guests. The people who come in to eat here or have a drink after work or after a ball game. They're our friends and they're our family too. They give great suggestions. They give great input. They might come over and say, geez, you should put this on the menu, or you should try this. And being locally owned means that we can respond quickly to that. And that's what's really enjoyable and fun.
Down on Florence Street is a new venue called The Vault. Founded in 2019, the venue boasts room for 770 people with a 30-foot stage constructed by the owner. The building formerly housed Local 455 and included a bingo hall, meeting hall, and offices. Later, it was turned into the Florence Event Center. When Bill Peters, a local businessman and musician, purchased the building, his plan was to run small local events like weddings and birthday parties. But
I got in my way of myself and decided that Saginaw needed something. There was nothing around. We had the Dell Event Center. We had a bunch of bars. Nobody was running. They weren't running shows at all. Nobody, just regular bar gigs and stuff like that. But there was no place for anybody really to come together on a larger setting.
Peters did a lot to fix up the building, getting it in shape for large audiences.
We removed all the walls that were in here. They had offices, they had storage upstairs. Where we're sitting right now didn't exist. So everything was built. Everything was built for the stage right there. Everything was, for all the angles, everything was built for everybody to be able to see the stage.
The venue originally started with tribute bands, but now have started showcasing national acts such as Tension Head, Brother Kane, and many more. They also give space for local bands to play on a big stage, including Battle of the Bands, which starts at the end of May.
Saginaw has top-notch musicians. We just don't have the scene anymore we have bars. That's all we have. So you want to go see a bar band, that's what you get. You're not going to get that stage right there. We've got some guys that do really well on them big stages.
One more time, Saginaw, let's see it. Come on. Let's go.
The building has 2 floors, with the top floor serving as the VIP area, and multiple service areas on each level. They even have their own merchandise table, as well as a spot for the artist merch table. The Vault's main purpose is to bring the community together through music, but they've also been playing with the idea of doing comedy nights, hoping to reach out to other parts of the community.
So we're trying to do all kinds of stuff for the community. I want to do cornhole. I want to do pool tournaments. I want to do, other things, dart tournaments. Axe throwing, I guess, is really big these days. So, I'd like to do that kind of stuff. I'd like to bring people as a community together and have this be a place for our community to be able to enjoy for years to come.
Their first show in January 2020, the Vault had to close down during the pandemic. But as of April 2021, the Vault is back in business and better than ever.
It's the Vault, man. It's going to be great for our community. It's going to be great for this whole area. We're making it better and better every time. And it's for that stage right there. Everything becomes better for that stage right there.
Tattooing has a rich history, with sailors popularizing this practice in America in the early 1900s. However, in those days, tattoos were almost exclusively seen on men, and it was rare for women to be seen with them as well. Despite modern changes in public opinion towards tattoos, the tattoo industry within itself is still male-dominated. However, there has been a recent significant shift. Throughout the country, tattoo shops owned and operated by women are beginning to emerge. Saginaw is fortunate to have a newly established shop be part of this revolutionary change.
I love Saginaw. I think it's a really cool city, and I love all the small businesses and the people a part of the community, and tattooing here for almost 9 years. I've built a really large clientele, and I appreciate everybody, and I just love the city. I don't think I would ever want to tattoo anywhere else.
The studio, situated off Bay Road, was opened in 2021 by owner and operator Sydney Mulvaney. Although unintentional, the studio has become a hub for local, highly skilled women in the industry.
I don't think I intentionally made it all women. It just kind of happened that way. Like I said, there's so many talented women in the industry now, especially in this area, that we all just kind of flocked together. I wanted to create a studio where people could make their own schedules, tattoo what they wanted, and I didn't see any other shops in the area offering that.
With an eye for design, Mulvaney has created a space that is not only a place of artistic expression itself, but also has cultivated a comfortable atmosphere where clients and artists can come together to create stunning works of art.
I hope that people feel comfortable as soon as they walk in, good vibes, which we hear that a lot, which is nice, and just the stigma of walking into a shop has always been kind of scary, and I didn't want people to feel that anymore.
While each has achieved success in their own respective endeavors, the path to success for most was a challenging and complex process.
When I was first trying to get my apprenticeship, I went to a few different shops, and I actually had one owner tell me that he loved my artwork and would let me tattoo him one day, but would not hire me because I was a woman.
When I first started tattooing, people would come in and ask if there were any artists present. I would say, I'm an artist, and they would laugh. People would say things like, I don't want to get tattooed by a woman, which was like, okay, whatever. But now I get a lot of clients that prefer getting tattooed by a woman.
Being a woman in the tattoo industry has definitely gotten easier. There's a lot more of us now. And we kind of prove that. Our whole shop is women. There's a lot of us.
Being a woman in the tattoo industry, I think, is easier than it's been in the past. But I think we still have to prove ourselves to a certain extent because it is still male-dominated.
Despite the recent shift towards the inclusivity of women in the tattoo industry, the pressure to succeed as a female artist remains a prevalent issue. This challenge can motivate women, both as individuals and artists.
I think a lot of the pressure comes from spite over people over the years saying I couldn't. I don't know if it's directly because I'm a woman or if it's just because of the type of person that I am.
When I first started tattooing, I felt like I had to prove myself more because I was a woman, and people would say things to me like, they're only coming to you because you're a girl. So it made me want to be better. It made me want to be the best artist that I could be, to prove that it had nothing to do with my gender.
I think that if you put your heart into it, that it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're pushing yourself to do good, then you can prove to others that you can be a good artist.
Just seeing all of the amazing women artists that have sprung up over the years is shocking because I wasn't sure at that point if it was something that I could even do.
When I first started tattooing, I felt a lot more pressure to be the best artist I could possibly be because I wanted to prove to the people that told me my sex would hold me back that it wouldn't. But now I'm working at a all-female shop with a bunch of badass ladies, so I feel like we've proved it.
While creating an all-female tattoo shop may have been different from the original intention, there have been no objections thus far.
We all get along really well, and I feel like it's a really comfortable space for everybody that comes.
I think it creates a really comfortable environment for females to get tattooed, especially because it's a super vulnerable place to be putting ink in your skin.
It's very empowering. The energy is really forward in here. It's very, I feel very excited and comfortable about developing now.
We really empower each other and lift each other up, and it's not competitive or toxic at all. Your success is inspiring to me. It makes me want to be more successful, so it's just really great energy.
Sydney Mulvaney has ambitious expansion plans and hopes to attract artists who seek a distinctive atmosphere and a greater creative liberty.
In the future, I'd like to just keep creating opportunities for people to come and do their work how they want to do it, and just to create a safe space for the artists and the clients.
Can you recall one of the fond memories you've had while working for McDonald Broadcasting?
As soon as I have one, I'll let you know.
With streaming services like Pandora.
Are you going to just let that happen? That is it? I make a joke. You put it on PBS, then I get fired, and that's okay with you? I was kidding! Honestly!
Just take a teeny bite so that you can speak after. Put it.
also done a tattoo on the same person, and he got, instead of live, laugh, love, he got live, laugh, die. So that was like 7 years ago. So he's a grown person just walking around with live, laugh, die on his arm.
One of my favorite characters was a lady that wanted a tattoo on her face. And she said, "Do you think it'll make people look at me?" And I said, "Yes, it will." And she's like, "Well, I don't want them to look at me." I said, "Okay, then don't get it." She decided to get it anyway.